Welcome in today to today's StreamYard with an amazing topic of planning your next move after selling in San Diego. So if this is whether you're thinking about selling or you already sold, congrats, congratulate, good. It's a big step to sell your home. So if you're thinking about selling or you already did, today's topic is a very key one because it's planning your next step. So there's a lot of people out there that are still they want to sell, but they quite don't know what's going to happen after. So that's why they're holding back. So here's a kind of little step-by-step guide on what to do. Some tips, some tricks that you can use to make this be a lot better. So, there's many homeowners out there, and the real stress begins after the sale. Where do you go next? Should I buy right away? Rent for a while, relocate, reinvest. My goal here today is to kind of give you a good roadmap, right, of what you can plan on your next move, and be confident on what you're doing. If it's either downsizing, upgrading, relocating, whatever it is for you. So let's start off with step number one. I would say step one is to be clear on the why, right? So it's very simple, and it's be clear on why you sold. So is it, what shaped your decision with that? Is it that you want more space, or maybe, life is taking you somewhere to a new city? Maybe you're ready to just simply downsize of your home, or perhaps you want to reinvest your equity to something else. So once you know what the real motivation behind your sale is, and your move, your your search becomes a lot more focused and a lot easier than when you don't have that clear vision. So to just avoid wasting your time looking at homes or locations that don't support these goals, it's good to have this in mind. So the next step I would touch base on is understanding your financials. You want to know your financial window, the whole financial side of things. After your sale closes, you'll receive the net proceeds. That's very important, which is that's the amount of money you'll have after the sale of your home. After fees, maybe paying off the mortgage. That number is kind of your launching pad to start off with your uh, new relocation or moving homes. So from there, it's very important to get in touch again with your lender. Even if you've bought before, the market is always changing. So you want to get a fresh new approval that tells you exactly what you qualify for, and gives you a little layout on how to structure your next purchase. Some people choose to buy before they sell. Others need to sell before they buy. If that's you, there's options like rent backs, short-term rentals, even bridge loans, right? That can help you avoid feeling rushed or homeless between, I mean, not necessarily homeless, but you guys get the point while you're in between the moves. So here in San Diego, buying power, it really depends on neighborhoods. Uh, so knowing your true financials and your numbers will help you narrow in areas of that, that fit your budget and your lifestyle. So you do want to have that in check when you are looking and you're planning your next move here in San Diego. So step number three would be choose the type of move that fits your goals. So now that if you're relocating out of San Diego, your money might stretch out further in other markets, right? Um, but lifestyle, weather, jobs, and schools all matter too, right? The key is planning your timeline from your sell, and your purchase is all lined up as well. So a good relocation agent, here at Pemberley, we can definitely help you out in both, either if you're finding somewhere out of California or maybe just here in San Diego, where we're here to help. So another type of move that you could be doing is upgrading within San Diego. So I kind of talked about relocating. Now here, upgrading here in San Diego. You probably already know inventory can be a little bit competitive here. That's why it's good to have a list of non-negotiables. Do you need extra bedroom, a bigger yard, a newer build? once you know these must-haves, you can focus on neighborhoods that that match those needs that you have. Whether that's something coastal, something inland with more space, or an up-and-coming community. Like, that's all has to be planned out so that you have a good, idea of what's going on. Now, moving on to downsizing. For downsizers, the question is, what does simplifying look like for you? Maybe it's a smaller home, maybe a townhome with less maintenance, or even a single story home that's easier to navigate long term. If you're maybe in a multiple floor house now and you're planning to have a forever home, so maybe a one story fits better. If you another point is also for investing. If you want to buy another primary residence, that's something that you also need to take into account. So my fourth step here is time your move wisely. Timing is everything. If you're staying local, rent backs give you a few weeks to stay in your home after closing, to look for something else. If you need more flexible times, or maybe even a short-term rental can act as like a buffer, while you're shopping for a new place. Um, Also, if you're relocating, of course, you want to be pretty tight with the coordination between your escrow here and the one in the other city that you go into. Uh, and very important, clear communication between the agents of here in San Diego, which we would love to help. And we're always on top of our game, so we'll make sure that things go smoothly if you are relocating somewhere else. So finally, my last step that I would give you guys here is build and have your action plan. So how are things going to go? Once you know your why, your finances, where you're going, it's time to build your next move plan, basically. This can be a timeline, refresh your pre-approval, start touring neighborhoods, coordinate your sale and purchase timelines, line up movers or temporary housing, uh, stay close in touch with your real estate agent, so that you're on track of everything. A good, keep your communication tight with everyone involved. A good place, reduces stress and helps everything move smoothly. So all these stuffs are very, very important. And just to wrap it up, selling your home in San Diego is a big milestone. But we're here to help so that it's not overwhelming. When you have clarity, your financial plans are set, you have the right support, the right team, you can transition with all confidence, full confidence that things are going to go right, whether it's you're staying local, moving out of state, downsizing, investing, whatever plan you have. If you would like to, help mapping out your idea, your plans of moving into a new place or moving out of San Diego, we're always here at Pemberley to help you out. So I want to go ahead and put our information here, just in case you guys want to reach out to us. So here is Roxanne's phone number. You can reach out to her anytime. Give her a call. I'll put my phone number in here. So if you have any questions, just shoot me a text or give me a call. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. If you want to look up our website, there it is. Our email. If you're more of an email person, you can reach out to us there. And that's about it. We're here for you guys. So thank you so much for joining in today. I hope you guys learned something new and that you guys are confident, with either moving to a new place, whatever it is. We're here to help. Feel free to give us a call. We work with agents all around the U.S. So we're not just locked in here in San Diego. So thank you so much for joining today, and I'll see you guys on the next video.